Welcome everyone, my name is Andrea and today my partner Diego and I are taking you in a trip through the tourism history. You're gonna learn about the tourism superstructure and also about the tourism and travel industry as well. Please stick with us. Today we're classifying the tourism history in four stages. The first one before the 5th century, the second one between the 5th to the 14th century, then we got the third one between the 14th to the 20th, and the last one nowadays is the 21st century. In this first stage, people were not civilized yet. They used to move from one place to another in order to improve their living conditions, like the weather or the supply of food and water. So basically, they were unconsciously traveling since they were exploring another cultures very often. In this stage, the first vehicles appear, along with the important invention of the wheel used in carriages. In snowy places, they used to move in camels and mules or horses, in a simple wooden platform and a cloth cover carried by human beings on their shoulders.
The second stage was the initial between the 5th to the 14th century. In this one, people continued to explore, be curious, and always looking for better conditions and new findings. They started to exchange goods and developing commerce and trading routers. By this time, travel was more of religious purpose and leisure for the richest citizens who used to stay in castles.
The Roman Empire had a really long road network with 90,000 kilometers, plus 200,000 kilometers of rural roads, which were later going to be damaged after the fall of the empire itself, making the travel more difficult and also inaccessible.
In the development of this stage was the discovery of America by Columbus in 1492. The first passports were issued and people began to travel with educational and cultural purpose, mostly for elite students, and trip lasted about 3 years.
In this stage also came in the first travel agent, known as Thomas Cook, along with the first airplane by the first airline as well named Pan Am, improving the transportation revolution by the time of the Second World War and the Industrial Revolution as well. Very important.
In the final stage, nowadays, tourism is one of the most important branches of economy of almost all countries. It is a very big complex industry and we need to study the most important components.
As all industry has its components, we're going to talk today about the components of the travel industry. Those are five. 1. Attractions. 2. Transportation and infrastructure. 3. Accommodation and basic services. 4. Tourism development and promotion. And 5. Ancillary services.
Attraction. Country have cultural attraction and natural attraction. Human being makes cultural attraction and they are tangible, such as the building, village, arts, among others. While natural attractions are from the nature, such as beaches, desert, and landscape. Transportation and infrastructure. Transportation consists on the maintenance of roads and airports terminals. For example, it is important for a country to have sufficient transportation so tourists can move from place to place in a comfortable way. Infrastructure is found below ground level, providing effective water supply systems, electric power, and telecommunication. Accommodation and basic services. Comfortable and clean accommodation are important for tourists. Also, basic services such as accessibility to food and beverage, shopping center, and recreation in general. Tourism development and promotion. Tourism information centers, which includes brochures, master plan, website is important. In addition, it is important to have tourism organization to provide a good relationship with tourists. Ancillary services, travel and medical insurance, police services, translation services, among others, so the trip can be safe to tourists.
The tourism superstructure refers to all those ground facility services, such as the airport buildings, passenger traffic terminals, hotels, motels, and resorts, restaurants, shopping centers, and also places of entertainment like museums, stores, and similar structures. The most important international tourism organizations are the UNWTO, the WTCC, the IATA, and the ICAO, among others. And for Venezuela, we got Mintour, Venetour, Inatur, and Conceturismo for the private sector. Nowadays, there are two types of tourism: personal tourism for personal purposes like traveling in vacations, holidays, and pleasure traveling, and business tourism for work purposes, mostly for entrepreneurs and business people. The ecotourism is a form of tourism involving visiting fragile and relatively undisturbed natural areas, intended as a low impact and often small scale alternative to a standard commercial mass tourism, which is really important nowadays.